Welcome back to Chapter 3 of our AI Tools Masterclass, where today we're diving into the exciting episode titled Writing with AI, From Drafts to Polished Content. Get ready to explore how AI can supercharge your brainstorming and drafting process, helping you transform your ideas into compelling written pieces. Let's get started. Half the words you'll read online this year will be touched by AI, and you probably won't notice. A marketer tweaks a headline in seconds. A student turns bullet points into a clear paragraph. A founder drafts a pitch over lunch. The question isn't if you'll write with AI, but how smart you'll do it. Here's where it gets interesting. AI isn't just a turbocharged autocomplete anymore. It's quietly becoming a collaborator across the whole writing journey. Professionals are leaning on tools like GPT-style systems, Grammarly, and custom chatbots to do the heavy lifting on structure and language, while they reserve their energy for insight, originality, and judgment. In newsrooms, AI can spin structured data, like scores, earnings, or election results, into readable updates before a human could even outline the piece. In product teams, it helps turn messy meeting notes into crisp specs or release notes. And for solo creators, it's the late-night partner that never gets tired of rephrasing a tricky sentence or testing a new angle. Used well, these systems don't replace your voice. They clear the noise so you can actually hear it. And the numbers behind this shift are already big league. Some LLMs are trained on over 1 trillion tokens, enough text to dwarf a lifetime of human reading. During the Rio Olympics, a single AI system quietly filed hundreds of news updates while reporters focused on analysis. Tools that once just fixed typos now flag hundreds of error types for tens of millions of writers every day. In one MIT study, professionals who leaned on AI finished writing tasks a third faster, with noticeably higher quality, like hiring an on-demand line editor, researcher, and phrasing coach in one. At a practical level, writing with AI breaks into distinct moves, and each one shines at a different stage of the process. First, idea expansion. Bring half-baked thoughts, fragments from your notes app, or a messy meeting transcript. Ask the AI to surface angles you haven't considered, contrarian takes, case study ideas, or questions a skeptical reader might ask. Treat it as a brainstorming partner that never gets tired of what else, especially useful when your own perspective is locked into a single track. Next, structural support. Instead of staring at a blank page, feed the AI your goal, audience, and key points. Have it propose multiple outlines, one narrative, one data first, one story-led. You're not accepting any of them wholesale, you're comparing, mixing, and reshaping. This is where you steer the logic. What should come first to hook a busy exec? Where do objections need to be handled? You stay in charge of the argument, the system just accelerates the layout. Then comes drafting. AI is strong at turning bullet points, interview snippets, or research highlights into readable prose. It's less about, write this for me, and more about, turn this raw material into a rough draft I can react to. The goal is speed to first version, not perfection. You'll still mark places where evidence is thin, nuance is missing, or the tone doesn't sound like you. Once text exists, revision is where these tools quietly shine. You can push on clarity, make this sharper for non-experts. Cohesion. Smooth the transitions without changing the facts. Or voice. Match this sample paragraph's energy and rhythm. Think of it like a multi-band equalizer in music. You're raising or lowering specific qualities. Formality, punchiness, warmth, instead of rewriting everything by hand. Finally, verification and polishing. Ask the AI to highlight claims that need citations, flag ambiguous wording, or propose clearer headings and summaries. Cross-check any facts it suggests against reliable sources. Hallucinations are still common enough that unverified details can slip through. The end result you publish or submit should always be something you've actively curated, not just passively accepted. Think of 3 parallel tracks where AI can quietly upgrade your writing game. On the research track, treat it like a fast but imperfect research assistant. Ask it to map a landscape. List 10 opposing views on X. Summarize the main debates and why. Or, What questions would a regulator, customer, and engineer each ask about this feature? You're not accepting answers as fact. You're scouting the terrain before you dive into primary sources. On the creativity track, use it to riff on your own voice. Paste a paragraph you like and ask for 5 alternate versions. One more skeptical, one more playful, one sharper and shorter. You'll start to see a menu of tones you can intentionally choose from instead of defaulting to the same safe phrasing every time. On the collaboration track, share AI-assisted drafts with teammates and mark what was human versus machine. Over time, you'll see patterns. Maybe it's better at intros, you're better at conclusions, and a colleague is best at examples. Now you're designing a workflow, not just a tool. Drafts become living documents in this next phase. Expect editors that notice your habits, then nudge you. You usually cut this paragraph length. Want me to tighten? Teams may keep style profiles like musicians keep set lists, swapping them in for different audiences. As regulations mature, visible provenance trails, who wrote what, when, with which tools, will matter as much as the text. The skill isn't avoiding AI, it's orchestrating it without losing your signature. Treat this phase as ongoing rehearsal, not a final exam. Over time, you'll assemble a personal AI band, one tool for rhythm, structure, one for melody, voice, one for mixing, clarity. The more you listen critically to what they produce, the more intentional your choices become, and the more your finished work sounds unmistakably like you. Try this experiment. Pick a rough idea for a blog post or email you've been avoiding, then have your AI co-writer generate 3 different first drafts. One in your voice, by pasting a past piece as a style example, one in the tone of a favorite writer you name, and one as a tight outline-only draft. Paste all 3 into a doc and highlight the sentences or sections you'd actually keep from each version. No editing yet, just color-coding what feels right. Then, ask the AI to merge only those highlighted bits into a single hybrid draft and time yourself spending just 15-20 minutes polishing it into something publishable. Compare how long this took and how happy you are with the result against your usual solo writing process. This was Owl Up, your daily step forward. This series continues with more chapters on owlup.co. Visit owlup.co to access the complete course and continue your learning journey. See you there!